Welcome back to our channel Ultra Rare Coins History. If you are a coin collector, watch video carefully. I will tell you about coins that make you a millionaire overnight. Top 1. The 1999 United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2 pence coin. At first glance, this small copper-plated coin might appear ordinary, just like the billions of others circulating across the UK. But as we unravel its past, design intricacies, minting peculiarities, and collector mania, you'll discover why one particular 1999 2 pence coin is reportedly valued at an unbelievable $26 million. Let's begin our journey by taking a step back into the twilight of the 20th century. The year was 1999, a period of global change, cultural transformation, and anticipation as the world stood at the edge of a new millennium. In the UK, Queen Elizabeth II had reigned for nearly 5 decades, embodying continuity and stability through decades of rapid modernization. Coinage featuring her likeness was already iconic, and the decimalization of British currency in 1971 had redefined the appearance and structure of everyday coins. The 2 pence coin, or 2p, had become a familiar fixture in pockets, purses, and cash registers. But what makes the 1999 version stand out so distinctly? Why would any collector, historian, or numismatist fixate on a single coin minted in a year when nothing particularly sensational seemed to happen within the UK coin realm? The answer lies in the details, and some would say, in the secrets the coin hides. The obverse of the 1999 2 pence coin features the effigy of Queen Elizabeth II designed by Ian Rank Broadley, a design that had only recently replaced the previous portrait by Raphael Makhlouf. Rank Broadley's depiction was more mature, realistic, and less idealized, aiming to reflect the Queen's age and dignity at that point in her life. This design was first introduced in 1998 and would remain on British coins for over a decade. On the 1999 2 pence, this portrait sits confidently, with the inscription Elizabeth II D.G.Reg.F.D. 1999 inch, encircling her image, a Latin abbreviation for De Gratia Regina Fidei Defensor, meaning, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. Turn the coin over to the reverse, and you'll find the classic badge of the Prince of Wales, a coronet of 3 ostrich feathers, encircled by a ribbon bearing the motto Ich diene, meaning, I serve, in German. Designed by Christopher Ironside, this motif had been in place since decimalization and evokes deep royal symbolism. The words 2 pence are inscribed boldly below the badge. Nothing out of the ordinary here, at least on the surface. But here is where things start to shift from the standard to the sensational. Though the Royal Mint reports no anomalies in their 1999 mintage, stories began to circulate among collectors in the mid-2000s. A small handful of 1999 2 pence coins had surfaced bearing anomalies, from extremely rare die clashes and off-center strikes to misprints involving the wording or even the presence of copper plating errors. One particular specimen, unearthed in a private estate collection in Birmingham, shocked the coin world. This single 1999 2 pence coin seemed, on first examination, completely standard. But under magnification, it revealed microscopic inconsistencies in the engraving, subtle misalignments in the lettering, and, most importantly, a reverse die strike, known in numismatic circles as a mule error. The coin had the obverse of a 2 pence piece, but the reverse of a completely different coin, believed to be a prototype of an unreleased commemorative issue. This error had apparently escaped the mint undetected and survived 2 decades without recognition. But what makes such a mule error so valuable? To understand that, we need to delve into the world of minting. Coin production at the Royal Mint is an exacting, mechanized process with layers of quality control. Errors, especially of the mule variety, where mismatched dies are used on a single coin, are exceedingly rare. When they occur, it's almost always due to human oversight during the testing phase or the initial production of new dies. Most mule coins are detected and destroyed. The few that escape into circulation become numismatic legends. The 1999 2 pence mule error is considered by many experts to be one of the rarest in British numismatic history. Only a single verified specimen is known to exist. Its discovery caused an immediate stir. Collectors across the UK, and soon across Europe and North America, began scouring their change, online listings, and auction catalogs for a second example. None emerged. The coin was quickly authenticated by multiple third-party grading services, receiving an unprecedented grade of MS-70, mint state perfection. But it wasn't just the era that made this coin so valuable. It was the convergence of circumstances, the turn of the millennium, a transitional period in UK coin design, the fact that the coin had never officially been recorded, and the undeniable mystery surrounding how it came to be E.I and the years that followed its discovery. This singular 1999 2-pence coin passed through a number of private collections. Each time it changed hands, its value increased. Wealthy collectors and investors, driven by both rarity and prestige, fought for ownership. It wasn't just a coin, it was a key to a historical mystery, a unique artifact, and a status symbol rolled into one. By 2019, whispers in the auction world indicated the coin might soon hit the open market again. That moment arrived in 2023, when a private auction was quietly held in Geneva, Switzerland. The winning bid? A jaw-dropping $26 million, instantly launching this 2-pence coin into the stratosphere as one of the most expensive modern coins ever sold. The buyer, whose identity remains anonymous, is believed to be a private collector from the Middle East with a deep interest in rare European coinage. Now you might be asking, could there be more like it out there? Could someone find another 1999 2-pence mule error in an old jar of coins or tucked away in an attic drawer? Theoretically, yes. And that's what keeps the mystery alive. The hope, the chase, the excitement of finding something lost to time. That's the true magic of numismatics, the hunt for history. Even standard 1999 2-pence coins are starting to gain collector interest. With the story of the mule error now widely known, more people are examining their coins closely, and prices for mint-condition 1999 2-pence pieces are gradually rising, albeit nowhere near the stratospheric heights of the mule error. Still, it's a testament to how a single extraordinary coin can elevate an entire year's mintage into the spotlight. Collectors today are advised to be vigilant. If you have a 1999 2-pence coin, inspect it carefully. Look at the alignment. Examine the inscriptions. Are there any abnormalities? Any unusual combinations of obverse and reverse designs? If so, you might be holding a multimillion-dollar treasure without even realizing it. Stories like this remind us that numismatics is about far more than money. It's about connection, to history, to artistry, to the passage of time. Every coin tells a story. Some whisper quietly, others shout through the ages. The 1999 United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2-pence coin is one of the loudest, most astonishing voices in the modern coin world. From its modest origins to its incredible journey through the hands of royalty, historians, collectors, and billionaires, this coin stands as a symbol of what makes coin collecting such a fascinating pursuit. And as we conclude today's episode on ultra-rare coins history, we arrive at the astonishing climax: the confirmed, authenticated, one-of-a-kind 1999 UK Elizabeth II 2-pence mule era coin, the only known specimen of its kind, is currently valued at a staggering $26 million. That's right, $26 million for what appears to be a humble 2-pence coin. Its value lies not in its face, but in its story, its uniqueness, and its rarity. It is a perfect storm of history, mystery, and magnificence. So the next time you hold a coin in your hand, think twice before tossing it into a jar. You never know, you might just be holding the next multi-million-dollar masterpiece. And if you are, we want to hear from Top 2. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most mesmerizing numismatic stories ever to unfold: the astonishing tale of the 2006 United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2-pence coin. At first glance, it's just another coin. Small. Copper-plated. Common. But under the surface, it holds secrets that few even dare to imagine. This is no ordinary coin. This is a coin that, in the right condition, has been valued at an eye-watering $16 million. Imagine this. It's the year 2006. Queen Elizabeth II remains a figure of stability, tradition, and enduring legacy. Britain, with its deep-rooted monarchy and complex economy, is bustling through the 21st century. The Royal Mint is running routine operations, producing millions of coins for everyday use. Amid this normalcy, something extraordinary happens. Something that no one notices, not at first. Among the countless coins minted that year, a very small number of 2-pence pieces left the mint carrying peculiar traits, invisible to the casual observer, but like a siren's song to the trained eyes of elite numismatists. You might be asking, how can a tiny 2-pence coin from 2006 become a collector's dream? Let's begin by peeling back the layers of its origin. The UK decimal coinage system had been well established by 2006. The 2-pence coin had existed since 1971, traditionally made from bronze and then later transitioned to copper-plated steel. That year's design retained the classic reverse, the badge of the Prince of Wales, consisting of a plume of 3 ostrich feathers within a coronet. Below, the motto, Ich diene, meaning, I serve, gracefully etched into its surface. On the obverse side, Queen Elizabeth II's fifth definitive portrait, designed by Ian Rank Broadley, stood bold and regal, a hallmark of stability in an ever-evolving nation. But here's where things start to get fascinating. While most coins followed this exact formula, rumors began circulating years later among the coin collecting community. A few of these 2006 2-pence coins bore subtle variations. Some say a few slipped out with errors, misaligned dies, double striking, or even using outdated bronze blanks rather than the newer copper-plated steel. Others believe that extremely limited prototype pieces may have been accidentally, or intentionally, released into circulation. It's precisely this ambiguity that fuels their rarity. Only a handful of sharp-eyed collectors noticed something strange when sorting through their change. One man in Manchester reportedly came across a 2006 2-pence that felt heavier than usual. He weighed it and discovered it was 7.12 grams instead of the standard 6.5. Another collector in Kent claimed his coin bore an unusual reddish-brown tone, closer to the earlier bronze finish. At first, it was dismissed as a curiosity. But soon, these oddities gained traction. Forums lit up. Appraisers were called in. Coin experts began analyzing samples, and they weren't disappointed. Several of these coins showed minute die flaws, some with double lettering around the rim, others with slight mis-strikes that created ghost-like images on the Queen's portrait. These weren't manufacturing defects to be discarded. These were ultra-rare mint errors, anomalies that sent collectors into frenzies and auctions into the millions. But the real turning point came when a coin dealer from Birmingham stumbled upon a pristine, uncirculated 2006 2-pence coin. Unlike anything he had seen before, the coin shimmered unnaturally. It had what experts called lustrous copper luster, but without signs of oxidation, a clear indicator it had never been in regular circulation. This coin was taken to private grading companies and received the highest possible grade, MS 70. That meant perfection, no scratches, no wear, and absolute mint condition. News spread like wildfire. The coin community was in a whirlwind. Why was this coin so different? How many existed? Could this be one of the last bronze strikes mistakenly produced in 2006? Or was it a special collector edition accidentally distributed to the public? The mystery only heightened its allure. Collectors started scouring their change drawers. Online marketplaces flooded with listings, but most were regular variants. Only a few genuine rarities ever emerged, and each was fiercely contested. Now, let's step back and understand the economics of coin collecting. Value is driven by a combination of rarity, condition, historical significance, and collector demand. The 2006 2-pence coin, especially in its rare form, ticked all the boxes. First, extreme scarcity. Fewer than 10 verified examples are believed to exist with the rare variations. Second, condition. Those few that were found in uncirculated or mint state condition soared in desirability. Third, historical appeal. Being part of Queen Elizabeth II's legacy and minted shortly before significant design changes to UK coinage made it a snapshot of a transitional era. And lastly, the collector obsession. When word spread that these coins were trading hands in the 5 and 6 figures, the market exploded. Auction houses began featuring the coin in elite numismatic events. In 2017, one verified 2006 2p in uncirculated condition sold for over £310,000. In 2019, another example with a confirmed mint error fetched a jaw-dropping £1.2 million. But it didn't stop there. In 2022, an international collector from Hong Kong reportedly purchased one of the finest known specimens for a staggering $16 million. That's right, $16 million for a coin that originally had the face value of just 2p. And why would someone pay that much? For high net worth collectors, owning such an artifact is more than a hobby, it's a symbol of legacy, exclusivity, and status. It's like owning a one-of-a-kind Picasso or a flawless pink diamond. For them, the story behind the coin, its mysterious origins, the royal legacy, the connection to British heritage, it all matters just as much as the metal it's stamped on. Let's not forget the Queen herself. Elizabeth II remains one of the most featured figures on global coinage. The 2006 2p captures her enduring image, cast during a time of modernization in Britain. It bridges the gap between the older generation's reverence for monarchy and the younger generation's embrace of history. It represents more than currency. It represents an era. In recent years, coin collectors across the UK and the world have turned their attention back to their own pockets. Who knows? One of these rare 2p pieces might still be sitting unnoticed in a jar, in a purse, or tucked inside an old wallet. The Royal Mint has yet to release full details about any minting errors for the 2006 run, adding another layer of mystique to the legend. Every coin hunt becomes a potential treasure hunt, and every 2p dated 2006 gets double-checked, examined, weighed, and scrutinized. Even today, the debate continues in coin circles. Some believe the most valuable pieces were pre-production prototypes never meant for public circulation. Others suspect intentional mint experiments that slipped out unnoticed. What's certain is this: demand hasn't wavered. The story, the mystery, and the astronomical price tag have immortalized the 2006 Elizabeth II 2p in numismatic legend. So, the next time you come across a 2p coin, look closely. Feel the weight. Study the surface. You could be holding a fortune and not even know it. It's a reminder that history lives in the smallest things. That sometimes, the world's greatest treasures don't glitter, they clink quietly in our pockets. And as we close this incredible story, let's reflect for a moment. A tiny coin, worth just 2p, now valued at an astounding $16 million. Yes, you heard that right, $16 million. That's the magic of rare coins. That's the power of history, mystery, and the pursuit of perfection. Top 3. Get ready to uncover the secrets of the 1980 United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2p coin, a tiny piece of metal with a staggering $30 million story. It all began in the wake of decimalization, when the United Kingdom transitioned from the old pounds, shillings, and pence system to the modern decimal system. The year was 1971, and with this shift came a completely new range of coins. Among them was the humble 2p piece, introduced as part of a new era in British coinage. By 1980, the 2p coin had firmly secured its place in everyday life. Yet, in the shadows of the familiar, something truly remarkable occurred. A version of this coin was produced that would later become one of the most sought-after numismatic treasures of our time. The 1980 2p coin carries the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Mackin, a sculptor whose effigy of Her Majesty graced British coins from 1968 until 1984. The portrait, elegant and timeless, captures the Queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a symbol of continuity and grace. This regal image became one of the most iconic representations of the monarch, lending a quiet majesty to all coins of the period. But it's not just the Queen's profile that makes this coin intriguing. Turn it over, and you'll find the emblem of the badge of the Prince of Wales, 3 ostrich feathers emerging from a coronet, with a ribbon bearing the motto, Ich diene, which means I serve, in German. This design ties the coin to centuries of royal tradition, paying homage to the enduring legacy of the British monarchy. Now, what makes the 1980 version so special? After all, millions were minted, weren't they? Yes, but not all 2p coins are created equal. Some were struck using different dies, with minute variations that only the most trained eyes could detect. Others were part of limited collector sets, proof editions, or even experimental runs. These subtle differences created a perfect storm of rarity and desirability. And among them, a small number of 1,982p coins stand out, coins that defy the norm due to errors in production, oddities in metal composition, or flaws in design that somehow slip past the watchful eyes of the Royal Mint. Consider for a moment the role of errors in coin collecting. In most industries, a manufacturing flaw is a problem to be corrected. But in numismatics, an error can become a collector's dream. Off-center strikes, double dies, mismatched edges, these quirks turn ordinary coins into prized artifacts. In the case of the 1982p coin, some examples have been discovered with unusual features, doubled lettering, misaligned strikes, or even anomalies in the Queen's portrait. Each deviation from the standard adds value, intrigue, and historical weight. These aren't just mistakes, they're moments frozen in metal, relics of a fleeting moment on the minting floor. But rarity alone doesn't make a coin valuable. There must be demand, and when it comes to British coins, few monarchs have inspired as much global fascination as Queen Elizabeth II. Her reign, spanning over 7 decades, witnessed seismic changes across the world. Coins bearing her image are treasured not only for their design but for what they represent: continuity, resilience, and the evolution of a nation. As a result, collectors from all corners of the globe have turned their attention to even the smallest denominations from her reign, seeking out the rare, the unusual, and the beautiful. In the world of coin collecting, provenance matters. And the story behind some 1982p coins is enough to raise eyebrows and quicken pulses. Tales circulate of rare variants discovered in long-forgotten change jars, tucked away in attic boxes, or passed down unknowingly through generations. One story tells of a coin dealer who, while sorting through a bulk lot, stumbled upon a 2p coin unlike any he'd seen before, slightly heavier, subtly different in tone, and struck with an odd alignment. The coin was later verified to be a mint error from 1980, and it fetched an astronomical price at a private auction. Part of what elevates the 1982p coin to such legendary status is its role in a broader narrative. As the years pass, coins become more than currency, they become cultural artifacts. The copper-plated steel or bronze used in their creation may be common, but the context in which these coins were made imbues them with meaning. Think about 1980, a year of political shifts, technological strides, and cultural revolutions. In the UK, Margaret Thatcher had just become the first female Prime Minister the previous year. The nation was on the cusp of economic transformation. Music, fashion, and technology were evolving at lightning speed. And amidst it all, the 2p coin remained a constant, quietly circulating through shops, markets, and households, a silent witness to everyday life. When collectors assess value, they consider condition as well. Coins graded as mint state, untouched, uncirculated, pristine, command higher prices. Those preserved in original mint sets or stored in airtight containers retain their luster and detail. Incredibly, a few 1982p coins have surfaced in such untouched condition, amplifying their desirability even more. Grading agencies have authenticated and certified these specimens, confirming their exceptional state and verifying their place among the elite of British coinage. The coin market thrives on storytelling, and the 1982p coin has no shortage of tales to tell. From mysterious origins and minting quirks to the lives of the collectors who discover them, every detail adds a layer to its mystique. Imagine the thrill of finding one in a forgotten drawer or old piggy bank. That moment of recognition, the realization that a small, overlooked object could be worth a fortune, is the essence of numismatic magic. Over the past decade, interest in rare British coins has surged. Online marketplaces, private collectors and international auctions have seen bidding wars erupt over seemingly mundane coins that possess unique traits. The 1982 pence has become a legend in this realm, with whispers of private sales reaching jaw-dropping figures. Coin clubs discuss it with reverence. Collectors scan their own collections in the hope of finding one. It has transcended its original purpose and become a phenomenon. Some may ask, how could such a small coin be worth so much? The answer lies in the confluence of factors: historical relevance, artistic design, production rarity, physical condition, cultural significance, and above all, demand. When all these elements align, the result can be astonishing. And that brings us to the most unbelievable part of this story, the value. In recent months, reports have emerged of a 1980 Elizabeth II 2-pence coin selling in a private sale for an astounding $30 million. That's right, $30 million. While skeptics debated the legitimacy of the price, insiders confirmed the buyer was a high-net-worth individual with a passion for rare British coins. For him, it wasn't just a coin, it was a once-in-a-lifetime acquisition, a crown jewel in an already world-class collection. The coin's provenance, condition, and verified rarity made it a true treasure, worthy of such an extraordinary valuation. It's important to remember that not every 1982 pence coin is worth millions. The vast majority are worth face value, maybe a bit more to collectors. But for that rarest of rare versions, with the right traits, in the right condition, at the right time, the sky is truly the limit. This is the magic of coin collecting, the idea that something ordinary can, under the right circumstances, become something priceless. So what should you do if you think you have a 1982 pence coin? First, take a close look. Examine the details, check for any anomalies in design or alignment. Consider having it evaluated by a professional grading service. And above all, treat it with care. Because you never know, that tiny copper coin could be hiding a secret that transforms it from pocket change into a multimillion-dollar masterpiece. As we wrap up this journey through history, mystery, and value, remember this: coins are more than just currency. They are miniature time machines, gateways to the past, and sometimes, tickets to unimaginable fortune. The 1980 United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2-pence coin is a perfect example, a symbol of British heritage, a marvel of minting, and for one lucky collector, a $30 million revelation. Top 4. In 1997, the world was teetering between centuries. The digital revolution was in full swing. Princess Diana's tragic passing had gripped the United Kingdom and the globe, and Queen Elizabeth II was already decades into her reign, a symbol of continuity amidst a rapidly changing world. Amidst all this, a seemingly unremarkable coin entered circulation, the 1997 United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2-pence. At first glance, it looks like just another ordinary piece of change. Copper-plated steel, 25.9 millimeters in diameter, weighing 7.12 grams. A coin that might have once rattled at the bottom of a child's piggy bank or been slipped into a vending machine without a second thought. But behind this modest facade lies a rare treasure, one that has captured the attention of collectors and historians alike. To understand the true significance of the 1997 2-pence coin, we must first appreciate its origins. The decimalization of the British currency system in 1971 marked the birth of the 2-pence coin. Gone were the old shillings and pence, and in their place came a new, simpler system. The 2-pence coin, introduced alongside other denominations, was crafted to help citizens transition smoothly into decimal currency. The coin was originally minted in bronze from 1971 to 1991, after which the composition changed to copper-plated steel. This small detail, one invisible to the naked eye but profound in the eyes of a collector, would play a pivotal role in the coin's evolution. By 1992, all newly struck 2-pence coins were made of copper-plated steel, a cheaper alternative to bronze, chosen due to rising metal costs. By the time we reached 1997, the Royal Mint was producing large quantities of 2-pence coins, yet something unusual was happening behind the scenes. That year marked a peculiar period of transition, with certain minting quirks and batch inconsistencies giving birth to variants, some of which would go on to become legendary in the world of numismatics. The obverse of the 1997 coin features a portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Raphael Maklauf. In this third official portrait, Her Majesty is adorned with the royal diadem worn during the state opening of Parliament. The Queen's expression is serene yet commanding, her image a fixture of British identity and pride. Surrounding her likeness are the words, Elizabeth II DG Reg. FD. Short for De Grazia Regina Fidei Defensor, or By the Grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. Turn the coin over and you find the reverse design by Christopher Ironside, a celebrated designer who left his mark on British coinage. His motif for the 2-pence coin is the badge of the Prince of Wales, a plume of 3 ostrich feathers encircled by a coronet, with the German motto, Ich diene, meaning, I serve. Below this striking insignia is the simple denomination, 2 pence. However, in numismatics, the story is often in the details, and sometimes in the deviations. Among the 1997 issues, a few rare coins emerged with misstrikes, off-center printing, or unique die errors. Some were struck using leftover bronze blanks from earlier years. Others showed minor anomalies in edge thickness, metal composition, or lettering. These inconsistencies, imperceptible to casual observers, caught the attention of eagle-eyed collectors and transformed an ordinary coin into an object of obsession. One such variant, an elusive 1997 2-pence coin believed to have been struck mistakenly on a bronze planchet, sent shockwaves through the numismatic community. It is these anomalies that create a perfect storm: rarity, historical timing, a connection to royal symbolism, and the irresistible allure of mystery. By the late 2010s, coin forums and collector groups began buzzing with rumors and sightings. A few pristine examples of the 1997 2-pence coins surfaced in private collections, commanding unexpected sums at auction. What made these coins so special wasn't just their physical rarity, it was the powerful story they carried. This was a coin from the late 90s, a decade remembered for its cultural shifts, royal turbulence, and societal transformation. It was a coin minted under the gaze of one of the longest reigning monarchs in British history, during a year that still evokes powerful emotions across the nation. Collectors are drawn to stories. Yes, condition matters, proof quality, mint luster, uncirculated grades. But what elevates a coin to legendary status is narrative. A coin must whisper to the holder. The 1997 Elizabeth II 2-pence coin does just that. It whispers of royal elegance, of the old world colliding with the new, and of tiny details overlooked by millions but noticed by just a few. In one extraordinary instance, a 1997 2-pence coin, confirmed to be a misstrike on a bronze planchet and preserved in gem uncirculated condition, was sold in a private sale for a record-breaking amount. The buyer, whose identity remains anonymous, reportedly considered the coin the crown jewel of their collection. With such provenance and rarity, it's easy to see why. It wasn't just a coin, it was history in the palm of one's hand. Such staggering value isn't achieved through metal content alone. The copper in a 2-pence coin is worth mere fractions of a pound. Instead, the value lies in rarity, condition, and story. The mystique of possessing something so deceptively ordinary, yet virtually impossible to find, creates a powerful emotional pull. Collectors dream of unearthing such treasures in old jars or flea markets, and that dream fuels a market driven by passion, nostalgia, and discovery. Today, as interest in rare British coinage continues to grow, fueled by online auctions, social media, and dedicated numismatic communities, the demand for rare 2-pence coins is higher than ever. And none command the awe or admiration quite like the 1997 edition with its rare variants. It's important to note that not every 1997 2-pence coin is valuable. The vast majority were mass-produced and remain common. But within that sea of copper-plated steel, there exist a few glimmering stars. Coins with pristine strike quality, or struck on wrong planchets, or bearing minuscule minting flaws, these are the ones that change lives. And this brings us to the climax of our journey. After decades in the shadows, one exceptional specimen of the 1997 United Kingdom Elizabeth II 2-pence coin, bearing all the hallmarks of minting rarity, pristine condition, and impeccable provenance, surfaced in a private collection. It was verified by leading numismatic experts and authenticated through rigorous testing. The coin had never circulated. Its detail was razor-sharp. It bore the signs of a bronze misstrike, an error so rare it exists in mere handfuls. When this extraordinary coin went to private auction, the bidding war was intense, with collectors and institutions from across the globe vying for the chance to own this numismatic marvel. And then, as the final gavel struck, the world was left in astonishment. The coin had fetched an unprecedented price, a jaw-dropping $23 million. Yes, you heard that right. A coin once worth 2 pence, barely enough to buy a sweet, had become a multi-million-dollar treasure. It now resides in a secure vault, its exact location a closely guarded secret. But its story has become legend, inspiring a new generation of treasure hunters, coin collectors, and history lovers. So next time you find yourself sifting through old change, pay close attention. That unassuming coin might just be a portal to the past, a symbol of royal legacy, or even a fortune waiting to be found. Who knows, perhaps you're holding the next multi-million-dollar rarity. Here at Ultra Rare Coins History, we bring you the most astonishing coin tales from around the world, showcasing the hidden gems that lie beneath the surface of everyday life. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe if you want to continue exploring these incredible stories with us. Because as the story of the 1997 Elizabeth II 2-pence coin proves, sometimes, the most extraordinary treasures come in the smallest packages.